So we're building this counter app. When you click, it increments, and when you click, it also decrements the count. So without further ado, so let's get started. So this is my basic HTML boilerplate. I've linked my CSS and also my JavaScript. So I'll minimize. So I'll keep my browser side by side. What I'll do, I'll go live so that I have a blank document or a blank Canva that I'll be working with. So the first thing I'll do here, I have a main with a class of main dash container. So inside my main container, I have a h2 with class of counter dash display, and I want my counter to start from 0. Counter will start from 0. You can see I have 0 here. So below the title, I have a container with title of counter dash btn. So I have my first button, which will be increment count. My first button, and I'll give it a class of increment dash btn. I have another button again. That will be decrement dash btn, and I'll give it a class of decrement dash btn as well. And below the button container, I have a paragraph with, I put the content total. There's a typing error there. Total increment click, and I put a span to 0. Right? And I'll give the span a class of increment click. So I'll copy this, I'll paste here, and I'll change here to decrement. Here is increment, then here will be decrement. It's decrement. Now save. Yeah, but I think we have our HTML ready. So I have my CSS link already. So I head on to my CSS. The first thing I will do, I will do a global reset. I'll select everything on the web page. I'll set the margin to 0, then padding to 0, then the box sizing to border box. And so reset everything. The next thing I will do, I'll style my body. That will be body. So I'll make the body a flex container. So display flex. So I'll justify content to center. And I also align item to center. Then I'll give it a height of 100 viewport height. You can see we have the body at the middle of our browser. So I head back to my HTML. Here is container. I'll put R here. I'll copy this class and I'll style it. I'll paste with the class. I'll give it a background color. I'll use this blue violet. I'll give it a padding. So I'll give it 20 ps in all round. That's the 4 corner. and I'll set the border radius. I'll do 10 px as the border radius on it. Then I'll set the height to fit content so that our content does not overflow the container. Same as width, fit content. Thing we've done with our counter container. Next thing now is to style this counter display. So I'll copy the class. I'll paste. I'll change the color of the text. I'll use white. Since it's a small project, I'll not be creating variable. I'll change the font size. I'll do 2 rem. This one look better. And I'll text align to center. Inside the body, I'll add a font family. Before I forget, font family, I'll use Lato. Then there's no Lato, use a sans serif as a backup font. Then if sans serif as a backup font, then I'll give it a margin to give it space. I'll do 16 px top and bottom, and I'll set the left and right to 02. This counter looks small. I think I'll increase the font size to 3 rem. This one looks better now. So I'll style this button. I'll copy the button class. I'll paste. I'll give it a padding. I'll do 16 top and bottom, 32 left and right. It looks better. I'll change the background color. As background color, I'll use white. I'll take the border away because there's a border on it. You can see a black border. Is border to none. Then the border radius, I'll do 10 px. I also give it a margin. I'll do 16 px all around. A margin on it. I'll increase the font size of the button text. I'll do 1.2 rem. It's fine. Then I'll change cursor, pointer. You can see you have a hand icon. I'll style this. I'll copy this class. I'll paste. Here is dash. There is an error there. I'll check my HTML. There should be dash as well. Decrement btn. So I'll copy this. I'm going to use this padding. I'll paste. I'll copy this also. And I'll paste. I'll format the code there. Format this. Also format this. So I'll change the border. We use 2 px, 2 px solid, and the color of white. A solid border. Then the background color. Set it to transparent. As I have a border here. Now change the color of the text to white. Which is color. I'll use white. Then I'll change the font family. to inherit from the body. So I'll copy this and I'll paste here. We are done. The next step is to style this. So I'll head back to my HTML. I'll give this a class of increment content or click dash content. So I'll copy this class. I'll paste here to use one style. I'll copy the class. I'll scroll down and I'll paste with the class. I'll change the color to white. Also the font size to 1.4 rem. So that looks too big. Change to 2. So that looks better. So I'll give it a margin. I'll give it a margin right. I'll do 12 px.